Have you ever felt like the world is a stage and everyone around you is an actor hiding behind a carefully crafted disguise? I certainly have. Every day, people conceal their true selves, wrapping their intentions in smiles and polite conversation. But here's the secret. Once you learn to read between the lines, their masks begin to slip, and the truth becomes clear. I remember standing at a party where the laughter was loud and the atmosphere seemed joyful, but subtle cues like fleeting glances, exaggerated gestures, and awkward silences told a completely different story. Mastering this skill will change how you see people forever. Before we dive into the fascinating methods to uncover what people are really hiding, make sure to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on our upcoming videos. There's so much more to learn about reading people and understanding their hidden motives, and you won't want to miss it. Ready to begin? Let's uncover the truth. 1. Body language, the key to instant insights. Body language provides some of the clearest indications of how someone feels or thinks in the moment. While there are many non-verbal cues to study, focusing on the following 4 areas will help you quickly assess someone's inner world. Eye contact. The eyes, often called the windows to the soul, reveal more than we realize. If someone holds steady eye contact with you, it can show confidence or genuine interest. On the other hand, avoiding eye contact may indicate nervousness, guilt, or discomfort. However, be cautious of someone who stares intensely without blinking. It could be a sign of lying or an attempt to intimidate. Smile. Not all smiles are created equal. A genuine smile reaches the eyes, creating crinkles or crow's feet around them. If a smile doesn't involve the eyes, it may be a mask, hiding the person's real emotions. Observing this subtle difference can help you discern honesty from pretense. Posture. The way someone carries themselves is often a reflection of their confidence. Upright posture with shoulders back and head held high signals self-assurance. Slouching, however, might suggest low self-esteem, disinterest, or even defensiveness. When someone leans in during a conversation, it often means they're engaged and interested, whereas leaning away can signal discomfort or a desire to disengage. Handshake. Even a handshake can reveal much about a person's character. A firm handshake conveys confidence, while a limp one might suggest submissiveness or insecurity. Be mindful of overly strong grips, as they often signal a need to dominate. Additionally, the length of the handshake can reveal the person's eagerness or reluctance to connect with you. Understanding these nonverbal cues is a crucial first step, but reading people goes far beyond initial impressions. To dig deeper, let's move on to strategies that build connection and uncover hidden truths. 2. The Tell Me More technique. The Tell Me More technique is like a secret superpower. Simple, effective, and completely undetectable. All it takes are 3 little words. Tell me more. Instead of jumping in with opinions or arguments, you sit back, listen, and watch as the other person opens up. I discovered this by chance during an argument over pineapple on pizza. Instead of debating, I simply said, "Tell me more," and suddenly the conversation shifted. What started as a debate about toppings turned into a deep dive into childhood memories, family dinners, and personal preferences. It was no longer about pizza, it was about their inner world. Here's the magic. When people feel truly heard, they let their guard down. They share their fears, hopes, and even secrets, often without realizing it. I've used this in negotiations, friendships, and even with difficult personalities. By simply listening and saying, "Tell me more," I've uncovered hidden motives, won trust, and built deeper connections. This isn't just a tactic, it's about empathy and understanding. It forces you to step outside your ego, listen without judgment, and genuinely care. In a world full of noise, offering someone the chance to be truly heard is a rare and powerful gift. Try it, and you'll not only understand others better, but you'll also learn more about yourself. 3. Watch how they treat people in lesser positions. If you want to uncover someone's true character, don't just focus on how they treat you. Watch how they treat those they consider beneath them. This reveals a harsh but undeniable truth about human nature. Whether it's a waiter, a cashier, or a junior colleague, their behavior toward people with less power says everything. I once worked with someone who seemed kind and respectful in meetings, but during lunch, they snapped at the waiter, barking orders as if the server was beneath them. That moment exposed their real character. They were only kind when it served their interests. True nature shows when people think no one important is watching. If they're rude to those who can't fight back, that arrogance will eventually surface elsewhere. On the other hand, those who treat everyone with respect, regardless of status, are secure in themselves. Here's the deeper truth. How we treat others mirrors how we see ourselves. Cruelty often reflects insecurity, while kindness signals confidence. So, don't be fooled by how someone acts around people they need to impress. Watch how they treat those with nothing to offer. That's where their true self is revealed. 4th, understand their past to explain their present. To truly understand someone, you need to look at their past. While people say the past is behind us, it often shapes who they are today, whether they realize it or not. Their experiences, traumas, and victories influence how they think, act, and treat others. I once had a friend who was overly defensive and quick to anger. At first, I thought it was just their personality, but learning about their history, betrayals, hardships, and constant struggles for approval made it clear their behavior wasn't random. It was their way of protecting themselves from being hurt again. Our past leaves scars that drive present behavior. Someone neglected as a child may crave attention as an adult, while someone betrayed in business may struggle with trust. Recognizing this isn't about excusing toxic behavior, but understanding that people often act out of unresolved pain rather than the present moment. Many live stuck in cycles, repeating patterns shaped by past wounds. The friend who sabotages relationships may fear rejection, and the colleague seeking constant validation may still feel unworthy from childhood. These behaviors are echoes of the past, playing on repeat. Understanding this can help you approach others with empathy while protecting yourself from being pulled into their unresolved issues. Sometimes, gently pointing out these patterns can even help them break free and grow. Stoicism teaches us to see things as they are, without judgment, and this perspective is key to unlocking deeper insights into others. In the end, the past is never really gone. To see someone clearly, you need to understand the full story, not just the chapter they're living now. 5. Pay attention to sudden changes in tone. One of the clearest signs that someone is lying or hiding something is a sudden change in their tone of voice. While words can be controlled, tone often betrays what's beneath the surface. When people speak confidently, their tone is steady, their pace even, and their words flow. But lies or discomfort bring subtle shifts: higher pitch, slower speech, awkward pauses, or a forced cheerfulness. It's like their subconscious is waving a red flag, hoping you'll notice. I remember a smooth-talking co-worker whose tone suddenly changed during a conversation about a deadline. His usual charm gave way to hesitation, slower speech, and stuttering. That shift made it clear he hadn't made progress and was trying to cover it up. This happens because lying creates a conflict between the brain and body. The brain tries to maintain the lie, but the voice reflects the stress. It's not just about spotting lies, though. Tone changes also reveal hesitation or uncertainty. For instance, a friend of mine would get excited about plans, but her tone would turn flat if she wasn't fully on board. Her words might say yes, but her tone said no. Pay attention to these shifts, whether in relationships, business, or casual chats. When someone's tone suddenly drops in energy, hesitates, or becomes out of sync with their words, it's a sign they're holding something back. Listen closely. It's not just about what they say, but how they say it. Sixth, notice behavior. When no one is watching, if you want to truly understand someone, watch how they act when they think no one is paying attention. These unguarded moments reveal their true nature, free from the masks they wear to impress others. People often behave differently in private than they do in public, and it's in these quieter, unnoticed actions that their authenticity shines through or falters. I once worked with a manager who was all professionalism when the boss was around, calm, polite, and composed. But as soon as the higher-ups left, she turned rude and condescending, treating her team with zero respect. That stark contrast showed me that her polished image was just an act. This applies to all aspects of life. In relationships, someone's true self isn't shown during grand gestures, but in small, quiet moments. How they treat a waitress, respond under stress, or behave when they think you're not looking. These seemingly insignificant behaviors often carry the most truth. As Stoicism teaches, virtue is not how we act under the spotlight, but how we behave when no one's watching. A person who remains kind and respectful, even in private, is someone whose actions align with their values. On the other hand, if someone only behaves well when they're being observed, it's not true goodness, it's performance. So if you want to understand someone, observe them in their unguarded moments. That's where you'll find who they really are. And as you do, let it be a reminder to live authentically yourself, even when no one else is around. 7. Emotional reactions reveal priorities. If you want to understand what truly matters to someone, watch their emotional reactions. Emotions are an unfiltered glimpse into their priorities and values, exposing what they hold most dear. Strong reactions, whether anger, excitement, or defensiveness, are clear signals of what's deeply important to them. I once worked with a calm, composed colleague who suddenly exploded when a small change was suggested to his project. His outburst wasn't about the change itself, but about how personal the project was to him. People may not openly say what matters most, but their emotions will always reveal it. The boss who gets angry when questioned likely ties their self-worth to being right. A friend who reacts defensively to a small comment is likely guarding an insecurity or a deeply held value. These emotional cues show what words often don't. Here's the deeper Stoic lesson. Emotions also reveal your own priorities. When you react strongly, ask yourself why. Is it tied to something meaningful or just your ego? Stoicism teaches us to observe these emotions without judgment, helping us distinguish between genuine values and fleeting pride. Final thoughts. Reading people is both an art and a skill. By observing body language, tone, past experiences, and emotional cues, you can uncover the layers beneath their words and gain a deeper understanding of those around you. These techniques, inspired by Stoic wisdom and practical observation, not only help you connect with others, but also allow you to grow into a more self-aware and authentic person. Remember, this isn't about manipulation, it's about fostering empathy, building genuine connections, and living with authenticity. The more you practice, the more you'll realize that understanding others begins with understanding yourself. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please give it a like and share your thoughts or stories in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family so they too can benefit from these insights and build deeper connections in their lives. Together, let's spread empathy and understanding.